Hello, viewers. My name is Sidney Winston. I'm an atheist activist out of Vancouver, Canada. Kent Hovid. Ever heard the name? Kent Hovid? Horrible, horrible human being. Christian, so apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Now, it was brought to my attention by a viewer, and I'll give a shout out to the viewer. His name is LookOutForNumber One. I'm actually going to present a video that he gave me a link to. But first, I'm going to give you or present a video first by somebody named Telltale Fireside Chat. Now, he actually outlines the events. So, let me fill you in. Okay, so this is Kent Hovid, Christian fundamentalist, total lunatic. Now the story goes that he owned a children's park, and at this children's park there was an accident and a child died, and the video has to do with this man's reaction to the death, to the family of the child that died at his park, bearing in mind that this man is a Christian, and also bearing in mind that Christian doctrine is so different to how these people come across to others. Because they're so mean. They're so fucking mean. But anyway, let's first go to let's go to Telltale Fireside Chat, and he can start.
You're listening to the Telltale channel. Don't forget to check me out on all social media: Patreon, Twitter, Teespring, and Etsy. All links can be found in the description or on my website, telltaleatheist.com. The next article I wanted to take a look at is entitled, "Yes, a boy drowned at my park, but his siblings had a blast here." This is what creationist Kent Hovid said famously recently. This is another article by Hemant Mehta on the Friendly Atheist blog. This was written on March 21st, so let's give it a read and see what it has to say. Yesterday, creationist Kent Hovid spoke on his daily YouTube show about the 7-year-old boy who drowned at his Dinosaur Adventureland, a low-budget creation museum, on Sunday. The boy had allegedly slipped on a dock and fallen into a pond before being proclaimed dead at a local hospital. I'm sorry for the boy, and I'm sorry for his family. That's very heartbreaking. Instead of expressing any sympathy for the family or explaining how things would change at the park moving forward, Hovind briefly discussed what happened before talking about how the rest of his family's day was just great, and mocking someone on Twitter who noted the incident occurred. Here's a quote from Hovind. "We had, this last Sunday..." let me see if I can do it in Hovind's voice. "We had, this last Sunday, rumors going around the internet about an accidental drowning here at Dinosaur Adventureland. And it's true." Am I nailing it, or am I just destroying it? Is this...
Destroying it.
Is this a good impression or a bad impression? I have no idea. Let me continue.
Bad.
There was a family with 5 kids, twin 7-year-olds, all playing in the lake together. The water was 3 feet deep. Suddenly, the dad noticed that Stephen, the 7-year-old, was gone. And he apparently slipped on the dock and hit his head. Nobody saw. We don't know. But he did drown in our lake. And we tried," to someone off screen. "Your wife is a medical doctor." This is what he said, apparently. "Your wife is a medical doctor. And she's right there on the scene with him. As soon as she got him out of the water, we don't know how long he was underwater. She gave him CPR, probably did everything right, took him to the hospital. Yeah, I mean, it's just too late. We don't know what happened. Anyway, the kids had a blast here, and the dad wants to bring all the kids back and loves the place."
Oh!
Always thinking about himself. What is going on here, man?
Wow, that is nasty. Wow.
Always thinking about the good press. This is not the time for that, man. This is not the time for that. It's okay for you to say, kids had a blast here, and the dad wants to bring all the kids back and loves the place. Put it in a separate video. Put it in a completely separated from the rest of the message. That should not be put together. And then he mocked the guy from Twitter before criticizing him for making the family feel bad their boy drowned. I knew Kent Hovind lacked brain power. I didn't realize he lacked a heart, too. See, okay, this is where I disagree. Let me come back to that in a second. Let me finish this article here. Everyone who enters Dinosaur Adventure Land is told they're entering at their own risk because there are no medical professionals or lifeguards on site. There's no indication the family plans to sue Hovind or the attraction. So this quote here from Hemant Mehta, I knew Hovind lacked brain power. I didn't realize he lacked a heart, too. I disagree. I disagree with that sentiment. Okay, let me tell you why. I have studied him. I have studied Hovind and his techniques. I've watched all of his videos, his sermons, and all of that stuff. I've studied what he does and how he says what he says and the things that he says. I've studied him. He is smart. He could be a cult leader if he wanted to.
Hello, Crypta.
It's extremely disturbing the way he acts, the way the charisma, the way he talks, the way he kind of works his belief system into your life and comes up with explanations and excuses for everything. It's like he was so influential through the 2000s. He formed out a lot of the ideology of young earth creationism. People grew up watching this guy and listening to this guy and learning from him. I think he's extremely smart to a disturbing degree. And I honestly think that he knows what he's saying is a lie. And he says it anyways and comes up with explanations for things anyways. I don't really have anything to back that up exactly. It's just a hunch. I just think he knows that he's lying. But I suspect that he's locked himself into this young earth creationism thing because he feels like he needs it to be true for one reason or another. Maybe he lost somebody in his life. He faced some kind of tragedy where he needs this to be true. Or is
wouldn't you say that too? Maybe, but he's gotten himself in deep so financially in this crazy wacky idea that he just has to plod along with it. Don't you think?
Whole life is a lie. It's like the sunk costs fallacy. You know, my mom is a Jehovah's Witness, and she will never leave the religion because everything that she gave up and all of the fucked up things that she did for that religion, if she walked away from the religion now, or if she accepted that it was fake, she would realize what a horrible person she is.
Oh my goodness.
For doing all that stuff for a lie. And I think it's probably the same for Kent Hovind. I think deep down he may know that what he's saying is a lie.
I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Deep down he must know. He must. Either he's so cold and callous and calculating, but it's got to chew him up at nights. It's got to chew him up when he's lonely. When he's on his own and just thinking, or does he block it out so well? Is he that narcissistic? So that malignant a narcissist? Like almost like Gary Milne, Kent Hovind and Gary Milne, on the spectrum of personality disorders are pretty damn close.
Because he's had evolution explained to him like 16 billion times, you know? And he keeps coming up with the same bullshit explanations every single time. Keeps coming up with the same stuff. Like, he keeps presenting the question, if evolution's real, if we came from monkeys, and why are there still monkeys? You can't ask that in a serious, honest way anymore.
Right. No, you
right, Kent? Because that's been explained to you. Like a lot, by a lot of intelligent people. It's like asking, if French and English both came from Latin, then why is there still French? It's like they have a common ancestor, the two languages. We didn't come from monkeys. Monkeys and humans came from a common ancestor. Like, this has been
I
explained
know,
to you.
they
You
can't
must know
fucking...
this. Why are you
Yeah.
continuing to push
Their
this
ears
stuff
closed
on? It doesn't make
somehow.
any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly think Kent Hovind is disturbingly smart, and I also agree with Hemant Mehta here. He didn't realize he lacked a heart. I realized that after watching his content so much and thinking about the things that he says in such depth. I realized he didn't have a heart a long time ago.
Wow.
He's very charismatic to a disturbing degree.
Wow.
But yeah, he is very smart.
Wow. What do you think? Okay, so that was the first clip. But now for the main event, which is the one that is being suggested to me by Lookout for Number One. In fact, Lookout for Number One has been in these live chats in these Sydney Winston conversation rooms, so you'll recognize his face or his voice even once you hear him. And now that we know what the issue is, we're now going to get Lookout for Number One's take on the whole thing. Alright, there we go. Now we look decent. Yes, we can bring everybody in. There we go. So there you go. That's Lookout for Number One. And that's the beginning. Let's go. Let's go.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Today, I was made aware of a video from this shitbag Kent Hovid. It's about 30-second video, something like that, right? And he's talking about the death of a child in his property, whatever he got, right? Sort of like a small theme park that he's got, and the child drowned there, right? And please look at what this son of a gun idiot, despicable person said, and then I'll make my comments.
One idiot was talking about, we had the boy drowned at our lake, and the dad was right there by him, 7-year-old, and we did everything possible. He just hit his head and disappeared under the water. Nobody saw him. Nobody's fault, just an accident. And so I texted him. I said, "Do you realize 31 people drowned in the panhandle of Florida so far this year? Yeah. What are you going to do, put a fence around the ocean? Come on. It just happens. You try to avoid all that stuff, but what do you do? Kids do dumb things once in a while, and the dad's thrilled with the ministry, wants to come back, going to support us and all that.
Ooh!
Shut up.
Right. After hearing that fucking...
Oh, did you hear what he said? He said... Hold on a sec here. He said, kids do dumb things sometimes. This guy, Kent Hovid, about the kid who slipped and fell and whatever, drowned in his children's park. What a cold-hearted, callous Christian. Ugh. Ugh. Right, let's carry on.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Give his brief explanation on the tweet that he saw. I'm just going to break it down, okay. Because it's freaking mind-boggling what this piece of shit said. Right? We had a boy drown in our lake. Sorry, I just wrote it down on Microsoft Word. Yeah, we had a boy drown, like if it was a normal day occurrence. Yeah, the dad was right there by him. No shit, it's gonna be fucking China, right? You went to your bullshit ministry. Yeah, you gave him a tour while the kids were running around without supervision. Well fucking done to you. We did everything possible. Fuck you. You done fuck all.
Exactly.
What do you do? Health and safety for you is a non-issue, right? You don't give a shit about safety, right? You could have put fucking pegs. You could be anything, right? And put a string, put a piece of paper. Not fit for children or whatever. Have some sort of supervision, right? Somebody watch over the kids. Or what do you think? A parent's gonna go to your fucking dinosaur bullshit, right? And you're gonna leave the kids unattended or unsupervised. You don't know where they are roaming around, right? That's your fucking fault. You are negligent.
Absolutely.
Absolute negligent, right?
This guy's pissed. I don't blame him.
He hit his head and disappeared under the water, and nobody saw him. Yeah, that's clear evidence, right?
Right.
So that means the kid was walking alone.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's fault. Just an accident. Nobody's fault. It happened in your fucking yard. It is.
You know why he says that? You know why he's saying that? Insurance. If it's an accident, insurance doesn't have any questions, can't have any questions. This guy's a snake, this Kent Hovid. Snake.
It is your fault.
Yeah.
You are the one fucking responsible, Mr. Kent Hovid. Right? You had a fucking smiley face in the video. Right? You are a disgrace of a human being.
Exactly, smoke.
Yeah, you're not Christian. You're the epiphany.
He's very much a
of
Christian.
the devil,
what are you talking about?
right?
Devil's cool.
You got eel
Hey.
in your fucking veins.
You insult my devil.
Right? I texted him 31 people drowned in some other place.
Yeah, that was horrible.
What are you going to do? Put a fence around the fucking ocean? Really?
Seriously.
So
He said
because some shit happens in another place, that justify the death of that child in your inside of your property. Is that what you're saying, Ken? Is that what you're saying?
That's what he's saying, yes.
Right? You're equating your small piece of shit lake with an ocean.
Kids make mistakes.
Is that what you're saying,
remember?
Ken? Are you that fucking full of shit?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
And then he says, it happens. And you try to avoid all that stuff, but what do? Kids do dumb things once in a while.
There we go.
Really? So it is the kid's fault for doing dumb things.
There you go.
What about
kid's
supervision?
fault. Kids probably
What
going
about
to hell.
any type of restriction, right? Kids don't go here, do that, or whatever. No.
I wonder if Kent would use an example of this kid who does a dumb thing as an example of a kid that goes to hell. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of a kid that goes to hell. Why? He did a dumb thing. He did a dumb thing and he drowned. He goes to hell.
You did not try to avoid fuck all. You are a criminal. And this is what made me do this video. The dad is thrilled with the ministry. He wants to come back and support us, and all that. Really? So he loses a child, and he wants to come back to give you some fucking money. You are sick.
Yep.
You're a psychopath. Yeah, you are sick. You should be fucking electrocuted in the head. You know. Like that to wake
Shot
you
in
up.
the head, fuck electrocuted. Shot in the head, bang.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
And then
Kent.
he says, "Oh, so tell the skeptics to shut up."
I was just kidding, in case you're gonna make clips about that. I was just kidding. I'd shoot him in the torso, not the head.
I ain't fucking shutting up, bitch. You are a criminal, right? And another thing, I used to be a trade union, right? And I used to litigate between employer and employee, or mainly defend the employee. But the employer said to me, many times that the employee had a contributory factor, right? And 99% of the time I could not get away with that because it's true. The employee was doing something wrong or did something or did not do something to avoid the problem, right? So you had a contributory factor in this matter. For that reason, it is my personal belief that you should be
Electrocuted.
detained and
damn.
sentence you to involuntary manslaughter, because I don't think you intended it, right? But you're negligent, yeah, your lack of duty as a property owner of, and also with some bullshit dinosaur adventure land or miniature bullshit like that. You know, the one that your son took away from you. Yeah, you probably did not fucking learn the lesson, right? And you still had the audacity.
He's talking about this guy, Kent Hovid, and his son, Eric Hovind, I believe. When Kent went to jail for a decade, he power of attorneyed everything over to his son to manage while he's in jail. And then when Kent was released from jail a decade later, his son Eric wouldn't give anything back to him. Christian son, Christian father, Christian business, Christian ethics. What you see is what you get.
To put another one in a precarious way, whereby a child died in your property and you swept it under the rug, like if it's not tomorrow. Oh, by the way, Dad, give me some money. I want you to pay. The level of fucking ego behind you, I would love to have fucking 5 minutes with you. Trust me. I would take that fucking smug out of your face. Yeah? Or else. But you don't deserve to be in this planet, in my fucking personal opinion. You should be fucking in jail, right? And people do things to you, right?
Hold on a second. As far as I know, every jail that can fit Kent Hovind in is on this planet. That must be his anger and his rage talking, huh? But then Kent Hovind will instill that in you with his behavior.
Because you don't fucking deserve to be amongst the living, or at least outside. That's my fucking honest opinion. Ken, you're fucking full of bullshit. You're a criminal. Enjoy your miserable life, you son of a bitch.
Wow, that was harsh. But he deserves every second of it. Now, so fuck you, Kent Hovind, son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Now, for the best part of the whole show, is when I recognize the chat room. So, waving at Crypta, Maria, hello. Wildheart 6, well, I'll call you Wildheart. Thank you for joining. And Mr. Lumpkin, hi. Paul S, howdy. Welcome. I haven't seen your name before that I can remember, but I don't remember them all. Let's see. Eric Hovind is just as bad, just with more arrogance and smarm, if that is possible. Seriously? Ugh. So that's just a slimy family. So how does Kent Hovind make a living then if he's just a laughingstock? You know, it has been laughingstock. You know, this is very awkward when I'm in chat only. When there's no room, there's no conversation room to go to. But on the other hand, no one really. Maybe this isn't the right time of the day for a conversation room. It's sort of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's tea time. I'm expecting some Amazon parcels myself, so I think it's time to take a break from Kent Hovid and me. Especially from Kent Hovid, because I'll be back. Kent Hovid, not so sure about that. However, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for the regulars for coming back every time. You make this all worthwhile. The best way to say goodbye is to sort of do the usual bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for the regulars for coming back every time. You make this all worthwhile. The best way to say goodbye is to sort of do the usual bye-bye. Thank you for watching.